So this video is going to be about how to be kind of hidden online for certain actions where you want anonymity, you want to, get information for your cybersecurity profession on the dark web, on the deep web. You want to maybe, get some view on certain torrent websites, and even if you don't download and don't do anything illegal, just peek, you might be having some tracking on you. So it's important to be kind of anonym in some situations, as a public private human, so you need some anonymity. So VPN is a great solution, but if you don't do some preliminary setting up on your tools around you, even your VPN might be leaking out some information, or your DNS server that you would be using would be leaking out information, or your web browser would be leaking out information, like WebRTC leaks or DNS leaks. So if you go, I'm not gonna show you here because it would show my public IP. You type in here DNS leak, you click over here and it's gonna do a DNS leak test and give you your public IP, not good public IP, visible to anybody on the net. So first of all, to avoid DNS leaks, you have to use a secure DNS. So it's gonna be depending on your internet service provider, it's gonna be depending on many stuff that where you should be setting up your private DNS. But in case of Kali, it's in I think resolve.conf. If you were using Ubuntu, I think it's Network Manager, and it's I think it's an etc networking and network.conf or something. You might be using still if up down in Debian. I think it's I don't know, like it's different anywhere. In Windows you can set up your DNS. It's just in the IPv4 section in network config, and you can set up your DNS over there. So in Kali, I think it's I've already set it up a long time ago. I think it's nano, yeah, here you go, resolve.conf, and that's it. I've set up this DNS these DNS servers from DNS0, what is a public but very safe, very fast name server that's not giving out information for third party or anybody. It's just really safe and secure, so highly recommend. Then I also recommend to use WebRTC to disable WebRTC tracking. WebRTC tracking, what it is. So each instance of media stream contains several media tracks, such as video, audio tracks, single media track within a stream. So what is the purpose? Real-time communication, open source project, real-time voice. So and it's something that leaks actually. So you have to do, I think, about config, yes, and you get into media peer connection, media dot peer connection, peer dot, and here you go, media, I already turned it off. Okay, media peer connection enabled. So now what you do here is true or false, but you want it false. So normally now when you are going to a website like WebRTC leaks, you're not gonna be seeing your IP address popping out or your DNS details popping out. So next, setting up your free VPN device or VPN utility. You can use something like the Proton VPN to get like a full-on package with a software, and you just click on Quick Connect and off you go. You can use, I think, ExpressVPN's free solution. and you can use VPN book, for instance, and other free VPN servers that might be a little bit more tricky to track and set up, because each time you would do something you might use a different VPN, so you don't go always to the same server. You choose your country, you can choose whatever you want. So basically you come over here, choose Open VPN, download one bundle, unzip it. I downloaded already. I think it's in downloads, and you double click on it, and as you can see, you got a 443 TCP, what is an HTTPS solution, so you can safely browse and safely do a lot of stuff online if you go on this VPN. What you want to do is basically connect to this VPN from terminal, and it's simply sudo open VPN config. I put that on the desktop. Oh, here you go, it's actually over here. Then you go onto this OpenVPN website. As I said, you choose at the button OpenVPN, scroll down, and you have your code and username. So username VPN book, enter, and password ZM396A4, and normally I'm gonna be connecting to a VPN. Sequence completed. Now I close my browser and restart my browser, and normally now I'm quite well hidden, so it's not like a fully professional high-end hacking cover, but I'm quite undercover. So if I go to WebRTC leaks and I go to this website to check how am I hidden, what am I doing everything how I wanted. Okay, RTC peer connection, false, no leak. It shows me I'm from Germany, but I'm from France. And it's not getting any information from me. I can go to DNS leaks to get a DNS leak test. Let's check this. Okay, puff, DNS leak text. I just come back here because I've seen an ExpressVPN leak test, prevent IP address leaks. So 50, 175, 145, 20. So he found out somehow, because I'm using DNS 0, what is based in France, that I'm in France, but this is not my public IP. So this is, it's great. And if I do an extended test, it's gonna be taking for a while, but it's gonna be doing it, loading. In the meantime, I'm gonna launch ExpressVPN to get a full-on leak test, and I'm gonna check an IP leak test in the meantime. Okay, query around WebRTC. So as you can see, this DNS and VPN solution is not the fastest, but it's still quite safe, and they won't be able to find me, if I do something for, let's say, 15-20 minutes, 1 hour. If you want to, for instance, watch videos or download stuff, for sure that you have to find something that's faster, but for basic needs it's gonna be really sufficient. No, now I launched 2 tabs. It doesn't like it at all. I'm gonna stop the DNS leak test, and here you go. That what is blowing the system apart. WebRTC leak test incomplete. So I'm gonna restart it, and maybe this time it's gonna be successful. I don't think that it's gonna find anything. So if you find that from your location, incomplete, I think it doesn't find anything. It's just not me. Let's check what's my IP address. IP leak test, DNS that. Okay, so let's one at a time. Browser leaks, it tells that I'm in Germany. actually the other website gave out the same IP address, but it was telling me that I'm actually in France, strangely. City Limburg an der Lahn. Okay, great. You know, I'm in Berlin. I'm around Berlin. And how many hops? You know, you can see still that is, you know, I'm not 100% hidden, because it knows that I'm coming from a Linux and from Mozilla, but I'm coming from a virtual machine. So, you know, even like this, you know, I'm a little bit more hidden than, you know, if I would go out without VPN, without DNS, without WebRTC turned off. So IP leak, what does it give? So in this case, he tells that I'm in the UK. It's not so bad either. So, you know, if I want to download or get anything that is sort of, you know, might be tracked by anyone else, this is a fantastic way to, you know, do so. Go on the dark web, deep web, download, you know, whatever. It's great. So here you go. DNS, very important. So change your DNS profile that you can, you know, go on DNS 0 if you are in the EU, what is also in a great website. You turn on WebRTC. I'm just gonna stop this one to make it a little bit, make the solution a bit faster, to get a briefing and a fast review. So first of all, DNS 0, that's where you can actually you know, get some DNS addresses that are fast. If you're not in France, OpenDNS is still the best solution, because in France it's unfortunately not working anymore. They blocked it. Great for our rights. Can you see? OpenDNS, you can choose these DNS servers. Then in the browser you turn on WebRTC, turn false Firefox, and it will give you an idea on how to do so. So, you know, Firefox is not using direct WebRTC, but if you go to about double.config and media peer connection turn false, that's gonna be meaning that you have to, you know, you will be more careful. Then you go to VPN book, and in this case you will be finding solutions to get your VPN, you know, running, and you run it with OpenVPN --config. You run it with the 443 for the HTTPS, and when you run it, you use these username and password, so you're gonna be hidden. Here you go. That was just a quick video about how to hide yourself in certain situations. Cheers. Network settings, buff.